Good morning, friends. How are you guys doing? We are having Jacob today from Aleo, and he will be presenting new brand new design. But before he will join us, I have few updates. First, about the deploy incentives, we made the announcements. I will post in a chat now the channel, so everyone who's curious about that, please check the announcements. Um, as well, we are gonna celebrate. You guys can hear me, right? Just put in a chat. Um, cool. We are going to celebrate 200K. So it will be on this weekend. Everything is ready. We're just waiting for a weekend because it's celebration. So we decided to do it on a weekend. um, and we are going to. Oh, just give me a sec. I'm gonna invite Jacob now. Hi, Brennan. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you, Nadari?
Thank you so much. I'm great too. I'm now trying to invite Jacob. I think he has some difficulties now, but let me check. Um, duh, duh, duh. Meanwhile, Brandon, do you have anything to maybe share with the community? Any notes about new branding, new design? And
Yeah,
meanwhile, I'm have Jacob to join us.
yeah, absolutely. I was hoping Jacob would be here as well so we can start to talk about the design, but I'm happy to begin talking about our refined brand strategy. Um, so, morning, everybody. It's good to be here. Good to be chatting with you guys. I lead marketing for the Aleo team, and over the past 9-ish months, we've been really trying to dial in our brand strategy. And as you guys can probably see by the amount of new things that have come out, including the website and the new branding, there's been a lot of work behind the scenes to get that right. A little bit about me: I've worked in building brands for over a decade now. I worked in advertising agencies as well as worked on a few other Web3 projects specifically. But a big focus of mine is developing brand relationships with people, thinking about all the different marketing touch points in creative ways rather than just trying to push a specific message onto people that's very one-sided. So this has been great to be on the Aleo team and build this out. I'm very passionate about the technology that Aleo is developing. We've started to focus about uh, how do we start to expand sort of the capability and the impact of what Aleo is doing and develop a new relationship with people. And that started with clarifying our ambition. That made sense for us to think about what are we actually trying to do with Aleo? How do we start to understand where we're going, what we're trying to accomplish, and tease that out between only focusing on the technology we're building, but starting to align ourselves to a mission. And we know that the initial platform that is being built is very developer focused, which is awesome. But everyone has and enjoys a mission to be a part of a journey, and so that's what we tried to develop with the new brand strategy by clarifying our ambition that goes beyond just thinking about ourselves as a crypto project and as an Ethereum project, but as or a new Ethereum rather. Um, but starting to think of our mission more broadly and thinking about a new internet. How are we starting to drive um, a new chapter in the story of the internet, knowing what the technology does, uh, which is really start to change the entire logic flow of how applications are built online. When you stop thinking about dealing with privacy as a as an add-on necessity, and you start to think about the opportunities when you don't need to either custody or share certain information. There's a lot that can be built on that, and I think this community understands that pretty well. And it's our job to inform the rest of the world about that. That also means we want to expand our audience from just developers to developers plus plus, as we say. Um, so thinking about the impact and the interest outside of only the development community. And there's a lot of reasons why people should be excited about what's going on with Aleo. When you look around at the entire ecosystem of the internet, it feels like everything's sort of fraying and breaking. You've got conversations with our our federal and local governments globally talking about the the battle of privacy and verification and trying to maintain personalization as a core user experience, but that just opens up more vulnerabilities for everyone to potentially lose out um, on trust with their users, but then also just allowing for bad actors to take more than they deserve. And it's becoming a bigger conversation about just human rights and individual liberty. If you look across headlines today, you'll always see something about some sort of government state doing surveillance that it shouldn't be, or Facebook and Google, handing over data that they shouldn't, or having data that they shouldn't, or um, people being tracked. And then even just thinking about Neuralink and all the potentials with this sort of in-brain technology. If we don't have privacy, how do we have any freedom? And I think that's what we try to do with this brand strategy is restructure the way that we think about this solution, and being honest about what it means to have privacy across the board. So our new brand strategy, and you can read it in the blog post that I wrote. That's I wrote a lot about kind of our new mission, our new strategy, and also the new creative assets. But the new strategy that we're aiming for is to talk about a broader topic of building an actually secure internet. That's a core mission that we think we can deliver on with our technology, and we want to do it by building zero knowledge by design. And what we mean by that is there are a certain set of specific principles that we want to focus on around designing zero knowledge. And we think that those things are important if you want to build an actually secure internet, and if you're building actually zero knowledge. There's lots of people who have started to talk about zero knowledge and integrating zero knowledge in different ways into their products. However, a lot of it is hype. And as you guys know, as a core part of our community, our team has been working on developing this product for years. We've stood by principles in order to make sure that things were built a certain way, which is a vertically integrated tech stack that integrates zero knowledge at every step of the process and provides flexibility for people to develop applications. And that provides security, scalability, and just speed in general that you don't get from anywhere else. It's kind of the best of the trilemma in one place. And so zero knowledge by design is a commentary on that, and the ability to start to build truly private applications with Aleo. And we want people to know that it's unique in the space. And our brand design has followed that same track. So, Nadari, were we able to find Jacob in the crowd so that we can talk about the brand design?
We just need 1 minute and he will be on.
Okay.
Cool. Jacob will be joining in just 1 minute. So there are some technical issues, but he will be here in a few seconds, I guess. As well, I think you can also put questions in the chat. And as I mentioned, about the deploy incentives, I know you have questions about the dates, about how the process is gonna. Okay, cool. I see the Jacob now, and I'm gonna invite him now on the stage. So
We have the brand book published, and that's what we're going to be walking through today.
great. Looking for a Jacob now on the call because he should be here.
Hello.
Great, Jacob. Welcome to Community Call.
Yeah, Shermanator is my Discord handle. That's my dog's name. So
amazing. You should see a screen sharing button. So let me know if you have any issues there. If there's any issues, I can share a screen for you.
Yep. Let me pull it up.
Jacob, I just walked through sort of the brand strategy recap and how we ended up with Aleo's building an actually secure internet with ZK by design, and sort of set up for us to walk through the brand book in general.
Awesome. Yeah.
So if you just want to introduce yourself to the squad here, and then we can go through it.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Jacob. Thanks, Brennen. Yeah, I'm a creative lead at Aleo. And yeah, we've been very, very hard at work trying to bring this new brand to life. Thanks for taking the time to kind of look at it with us. It's been an exciting sort of process to take that idea of ZK by design and like really apply that to this new brand. And yeah, hopefully as we go through this, we make it really easy for you guys to kind of embrace it and make fun stuff with it. But yeah, with all that said, it may have already been said on this call, but all of this can actually be accessed via aleo.org/brand. And it's on our website if you go to contribute and then download brand assets. But yeah, here's our brand book. It's very, very simple. It's meant to be very, very simple. Really, we just kind of want to show you a few things here today. So obviously our logo, we have our primary word mark here. This is what we should use most of the time, right? But if there's some cases where we need, an icon or even another little mark here for our tertiary mark, this little slash, that's great too. One thing to kind of point out, as we built this, this little kind of cutout here, I'm not sure if Brennen had mentioned it or not, but really this is kind of our what we're calling the bit, and it really does represent our commitment to zero knowledge, it being really integral to the brand at every point. So we definitely want to make use of that. It's very, very a piece of our DNA. So yeah. Beyond that, we obviously have a few other, light and dark mode, if you will. So feel free to use it that way. We have a full color palette as well for you guys to play with. I think, we've sort of been thinking about the community embracing this kind of lime color that we have here. But don't feel limited by that. I think what we are more interested in is kind of a page like this, where we are kind of leading with this more monochromatic color palette, but then using these sort of accent colors to bring it to life as well. All that to say, we want it to be as flexible for you guys as possible, but also give you the tools to make really great stuff on top of it. So yeah, There's that. One really key part of our brand that we're really loving. We actually built a custom and proprietary typeface called Aleo Sans. So it's actually the typeface that we used and built from scratch to build the Aleo logo. But also, we built a complete set here. So kind of everything that you'll see from us, we'll be using that. It's obviously, all throughout our site. We've been using it on social, etc. And yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot more of it. Hopefully, down the road, we'll be able to make that more accessible to you guys. We're in the process of making that happen. So stay tuned there. And then, yeah, we also have licensed this font called Azarit, which we really like. We think it really pairs well with Aleo Sans. We really want to use that more sparingly, and that's kind of for more longer form text, if that makes sense. So longer pieces of copy there. That isn't something we're able to license openly because that's a proprietary thing from another type foundry. But good news is another style of this typeface. It's called Azarit Mono, Mono. That is actually open source, so that's a Google font. So if you're looking for something that needs to be a little bit more robust and want to use, I think we'd recommend checking out Azarit Mono. But anyway, lastly here, this is just something we definitely want to make use of when we're building, right? And want to kind of highlight with partners. We're using this Built with Aleo badge. You can kind of see an example of that here with the Leo wallet. But yeah, feel free to kind of use that as you like. And again, all of this can be downloaded from the brand asset page on aleo.org. And also you can download this entire PDF via that link and extract anything from it and use it how you want. So again, that's pretty quick rundown of where we're at the moment. But yeah, we're definitely here for you guys. We made this with y'all in mind, and excited to see what you guys do with it, and excited to work with you guys to learn what you need as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jacob. I think we have 5 minutes at least to answer your questions. So I saw a couple of questions in a chat. Okay, Jacob is still here. Any plans to add the dark mode? Because people were like exciting to see a dark mode on a website. So not sure if there is any plans. So maybe Jacob can answer that.
Yeah, sorry, just to clarify, we're talking about having a dark mode version of the website itself. Is that the question?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that was a particular talking point that we had as we're building this. It is absolutely in the plan for phase 2. But yeah, when I say phase 2, there's still some minor improvements we want to make to the site. Like a website is never finished, really. So we're happy with where it is, and we think it's a really strong website, and we're very excited about it. But yeah, there are little pieces like dark mode that we definitely are taking into account. So thanks for that question. Definitely on that.
Great. We had other questions in Ambassador chat once we saw the redesign. So I think this question is more to the Brennen, because our ambassadors and in general community were curious, like which logo they need to use when they're creating content. Because as we know, we have also this community color, let's say. So yeah, just to maybe if you can clarify that question.
Jacob, you want to take that one about which logos to use?
Yeah, can you clarify though the question in what use case are we trying to figure out here?
Yeah. The first one is that when they're creating a content, like for Aleo, like could be infographics or something,
Sure.
which logo you prefer to use, this black and white, the primary one, or the green one? And the another one, I'm also going to ask now that once they create the applications for Aleo, like basically building on Aleo, they can use a badge, but can they use also the brand asset, like the logo itself?
Yeah, I think generally the idea is if it's coming from the community. So I'll answer that first question. We're encouraging you guys to use that lime green color. But we don't necessarily need to be limited by that. I think it's just our preference to kind of brand the community with that green color. So I'd recommend that, and then whenever possible, using the full Aleo word mark there, so ALEO rather than the icons, would be great. And then what was the second question specifically?
About the applications, because we have also the developers in community, they're building applications on Aleo, like developing the projects. And if they can use the brand logo to their website, to their, maybe some other assets.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's sort of why we built that Aleo badge that you can see in the brand book to really help, make whatever we're building look as official as possible and in partnership, hopefully with Aleo. But yeah, I mean, I think the way forward is use it as you like and reach out to us if there's like a more specific use case that the community is looking for. But generally, what's in that brand book is free to use. I am seeing a few more questions in the chat. So we built the logo internally. So that's our team. So we're happy to have kind of built that together. We did work with a typographer. His name is Chank, Chank. He's awesome to help us with the actual type design. And yeah, we just to be clear about the logos in that package as well, because I'm seeing more questions about that. In that aleo.org/brand, if you download the logos, there are large PNGs, but also SVGs, so scalable vector graphics, meaning they can be any size. They could be, as big as a billboard, and they won't lose quality or won't be blurry at all. So would recommend with whatever you're building, obviously, to use the SVG files. Those will be your best friend.
Great. Clear everything. The last question is about the font. The Aleo font, will it be public or not?
So currently, again, we're working through the licensing of that at the moment. So more to come, really. Our hope is to make it free and open. Currently, it is not. But if there is a specific use case that y'all are looking for, I mean, I guess reach out to us. But I'd hope to have an update on that, and you would see it on aleo.org/brand if it does become free and open. That is our goal, and it's our goal to do it fairly quickly. But again, more to come on that. But thanks for that question.
Great. Honestly, I don't see any more questions, but okay, I'm going to ask the last one. Maybe you can give any recommendation about the new emojis, because we need to update that once, and probably we're going to host a competition contest. So it would be nice to receive some recommendations from you, suggestions.
Yeah, I think we've been developing some animations on our side, not necessarily emojis for this community, because we definitely want you guys to do your thing. I think in terms of recommendations, I think just keeping it simple, right? And using our brand colors and our obviously our logos themselves is key. If we're looking for like again a primary color to be using, I think we'd again recommend the green, the lime green, more than anything. But yeah, have fun with it really too. I mean, we don't want to be too prescriptive because I mean this is your brand as much as it is our brand. So yeah, have fun with it. If there are more like specific questions around it, and as we get into that contest, I'm sure we can help guide you guys if needed.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Jacob, for your time presentation. Brennen, anything you want to add before we finalize the call?
Only that we're very excited to continue to build the brand out with you guys, and we appreciate the positive and open feedback that we've received from you guys about it. We're excited that we get to do this together, and looking forward to the content you guys are creating. But always reach out if there are questions, and I'm semi-active on the Discord, and Nadari can let us know if there's any specific things that you guys need or specific questions that we can answer. We're happy to do that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Brennen. Thank you so much, Jacob, for your time joining the call. Thanks everyone to be here. We recorded the call, will be uploaded on YouTube. Any questions you have, just put in a chat. We have a discussions. Any tech questions you have, we have engineering channels. So feel free to ask any questions and see you next week. Bye-bye.